Day 6. Day 6. So on day 6, I'm still in the same turf, so I'm still in the same neck of the woods. This actually, my friend Aaron will appreciate this. I'm in the area where we went trick-or-treating in 2015. And they do a lot of big time Halloween decorations. Aaron's going to appreciate this. So I came up on the Nightmare Before Christmas themed house, and I thought, oh, I totally forgot what it looked like, right? And it was, there's no trick-or-treaters, and so not all of the houses are lit up yet, because like from what I remember, when Aaron and I were trick-or-treating there, they actually, some of the houses don't actually put up decorations, they just do the lighting effects. And so like one of the houses had like flames all over it and stuff. So some of the houses, they don't put up like visible decorations, it's just lighting effects. So they're not running those right now. But a lot of them already had like put everything up, right? So I come up on the Nightmare Before Christmas house, and I made the same damn mistake because it was dark. It was like one of the last houses I did tonight. It was like the third to last house I did tonight. And I again misjudged the step because I even had the flashlight this time. But I missed it again. And fortunately, it's only like 5 inches or something. It's not like a huge step, but it's enough to like impact, like you have an impact. And in 2015, I hadn't rolled my ankle yet. Back in 2019, I rolled my right ankle twice. So it's not structurally as stable as it was in 2015. So it hurts, but I didn't roll it. So that's important. I didn't roll it, but it does hurt. But I hit it in exactly the same way, remembered the feeling, looked in the same direction as I did the last time that this happened, and looked at the tree with all the things hanging down, like they have like all these weird scary things like hanging out of their tree. And I'm like, oh, I remember this house. They didn't answer the door though. I couldn't get them to answer the door. A lot of people, they're just like, if they get knocks after dark, they won't even answer the door. 7 to like 8:30 is the hardest time to get people to like talk to you. But 5 to 7 is kind of the joy zone of like, that's when people are coming home from work, and so you get them right before they eat their dinner. And then but yeah, 7 to 8:30 is kind of hard. It's a little tough to get people to talk to you. All in all, it was a decent day. It wasn't as good as yesterday's numbers, but everybody was slightly down because we're covering the same turf. So there are only a few new houses for me at this point, and I'm recovering, going back to the same houses to see if like people who weren't home are home now. So that's going on. I was really pleased to see that Nancy Pelosi got kicked out of the Progressive Caucus today. The Congressional I know I've been talking a lot about the Progressive Caucus. There are two different things here. There's the Congressional Progressive Caucus, which is all of the, Congress representatives, and there's the California Democratic State Party Progressive Caucus, which is a caucus within the California Democratic State Party. The Congressional Progressive Caucus kicked some ass today. So they, it's so funny too, because they were bullied, crazy amounts of bullying towards them in December and January by the Movement for the People's Party and all of their bullshit and the Jimmy Dore Network, and it was abusive. It was just over the top abuse to try and force the vote, right? Challenge Nancy Pelosi's speakership unless she would allow a floor vote on Medicare for all, which would have gone nowhere because it wouldn't have passed the Senate, and Trump was still president. He wouldn't have signed it into law. So that was some performative bullshit. But they are going to use their power. They kicked Nancy Pelosi out of their meeting so they could discuss what they want to do. Hold the line has been trending. Kill the bill has been trending. I started tweeting that out last night, I think. And I asked all of my activist friends to make it trend. So I think these are both trending hashtags at this point. And it sounds like the squad is going to use their power. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if they do it or if they come to get some sort of negotiations out of just even threatening to do it. Let's see what happens. But basically, they can kill the bill. And then y'all have to start over again and give us what we fucking want. Or at least something a bit better than what we have right now. Because this is awful. What they've put in place at this point is just worthless. So kill the bill. Kill the bill. I have high hopes that that's what's going to happen. Anyway, I have tomorrow off. F off. But I did get another special task because they like me. so I have another special task tomorrow, so I will get an extra hour of work. But other than that, I'm just going to like do my roots and try and figure out what to do about my HOA situation because they're causing me chaos again. You know, okay, here's something very interesting about what they're doing. Every single time I work on a political campaign, they step up their harassment. When I was a paid phone banker for Josh Newman, they interrupted me while I was phone banking, while I was on shift, and insisted that I needed to come down to the pool to get my new mailbox key, that I had to do it right then. I observed that they were still giving those keys away for 2 weeks after that. That was the Saturday or Sunday before Election Day that they interrupted me. And when I went down there to get my key, one of the board members, who was the person who kept yelling things up at me earlier that month, she would walk by in the morning and say, Jenna, when are you going to take that shit down? She was talking about my political signs. See, this is what they're doing right here is a matter of political free speech. They're trying to intrude on my ability to have political free speech. So they didn't like that I had some yard signs out. So what yard signs did I have out? I had a Flatten the Curve sign that was given to me by Josh Newman. I had a Harley Ruda sign. I had a Richard Hurt for City Council sign. And I had a Scott Reinhardt for Assembly sign. Those were the signs that I had up when she was yelling at me. So when I went down to the pool, she said, you wouldn't be harassed if you took down your signs. She fucking said that to me, a board member, when I went to get my mailbox key. That is an invasion. You are infringing on my political free speech and you are harassing me inappropriately for it. You're a board member, for fuck's sake. Next, they scheduled the paint job on my building to occur over Thanksgiving weekend. So they purposely fucked with my Thanksgiving weekend. Then I fly off to Georgia. They had fucked up the paint job so bad the first go around that they had to come back and do it later. So I had to have my mom coordinate with them to make sure that the paint job got completed while I was away. Again, messing with me while I was working on a campaign. Here I am again. I just got a temp job doing a campaign work locally, and they're sending me harassing letters again. I don't think that's a fucking coincidence. They want to interfere with my work. They want to interfere with the political volunteerism and the political work I do. This is purposeful. This is this is infringing on my political free speech. This is purposeful.